Alright, this is my daily update for my build and public log. It's January 22nd, 2025. I managed to get a decent amount of work done. The last 24 hours. I don't really have anything to show. At least nothing interesting. But what I managed to do was I managed to wrap up the work I've been working on for making the security much better in the app and the backend code. That's pushed. But in the process of doing that, I found some bugs related to the sign-in flow. Really, it only affected the previous people who have signed up and used it, which was not good, but managed to fix that. But one important thing I did do, which I highly recommend anybody who makes software, I added much better tracking and visibility and raising the visibility of errors that happen. You know, in a complicated app, you have a lot of possible places where exceptions and errors can happen. You need to stay on top of that. You need to see where those happen and be able to triage the high priority ones, you know, do a hot fix it really quickly. But most importantly, just know what the hell is breaking and at least open a ticket in the backlog and get to it. Sentry is a really popular tool that does this like at scale, automated. Sentry, it works pretty damn well. I'm not gonna lie. It has a lot of features, but there comes with a lot of trade-offs. It's pretty complicated to use, and depending on your setup for your app, it could be kind of hell to use. It could be it could be really tough. So one place I worked out, we had to spin up the app, an instance for every single customer. I won't go into the details, but to isolate everyone's data like completely, so there's absolutely zero chance any data can be intermixed with another customer. We had to do it that way. And so we have the same app running. Well, actually, there's different versions. Oh my God, it got so complicated. We had many versions in some situations, all running, all separate instances. And so if you're trying to track all the errors in all the instances, it was a nightmare. It actually kind of made the tool slightly unusable. We figured it out, but yeah, it was pain. But the biggest issue that I've seen with Sentry is it's bloated, man. This thing is big. It slows down your app. It slows down your app pretty significantly in some cases. It can really, really, really be a hit to performance. It depends how you're using it, of course, but it does do a lot of cool things. Personally, I do like Sentry. I do want to use Sentry, and maybe one day, but the pricing is expensive. I am not gonna lie. Yeah, $80 a month just for this one SaaS tool. So, and you might need the enterprise one. I believe we needed to. We tried self-hosting. I know there was like a self-hosting. No. that didn't work. We had to any place I worked at, we had to use their version. It's not, believe me, in a huge app with a lot of users, 50,000 errors. I know that seems like a lot. That's not a lot, because there's a lot of errors that are noise too that you got to fix. But anyways, I didn't install Sentry, but I did I added my own kind of analytics, and it bubbles up to me. It alerts me when there's a serious exception. And then I found some other miscellaneous bugs, or bugs I knew about already that I finally addressed. So anyways, I circled back on this, and I've been working on AI chat email. And then the plan is to go back to wrapping up that event scheduling agent. I think what I'll do for now is I'm going to leave the Zoom integration out for the moment. I talked about this the other day in another video. I want to add integration here so you can set up and authorize Zoom to be able to create events for you. I'm going to hold off on that because I want to circle back to I want to get that agent done. I will put the agent here, but this needs so much work, and I'll come back to this. But anyway, so my plan is to get that agent wrapped up, get that added to here so you can use it. There's a few other miscellaneous things I need to smooth out and get working a little bit better, which I'm working on for the onboarding experience and logging into your dashboard. That's what I'm working on right now. So I'm going to, the idea is the next several days, go back to this after that agent is done. Get the landing page completely redone. The landing page was a very MVP shit landing page. And then rebrand it. So I'm thinking about getting a new URL and it not even being AI chat email. More on that to come. But the idea is I'm pivoting. The idea is I'm pivoting to making this be an AI virtual assistant. And I want this thing to have superpowers that you find in very few apps for a very good price point. So, because it's just me, it's not like a big team. It's not a big VC funded company that needs to spend millions and millions and make billions back. That's the plan. So right now it's email because I'm starting with email, but honestly, even I don't use the thing, which says a lot. It's like, well, if you don't use the thing, why are you building it? It must suck. I actually want to use Telegram, not email, but sometimes I do use email, and I did use it this week, like actually legitimately used it, and it was great. Worked. It did exactly what I wanted. I was so happy. I was like, it worked. Oh my God. And I saved myself, 2 minutes of time by spending 200 hours on an app. That's how automation has traditionally gone. You spend 200 hours to automate a 2-minute task you do once a month. Anyway, so that's the plan. But yeah, so for my random story of the day, it was just the holidays, and somebody gave me one of those scratchers, like the lottery thing. So somebody gave me a scratcher, and I won. I actually won. But I only won $75. But hey, I was like, damn, $75. That's cool. I have pretty bad. I've never won anything big before. I don't know about you all. I've tried over the years to win. I had an AI agent actually, which was pretty cool, that found online contests, put it in a database, and it used AI to actually determine, is this one I should enter? And I gave it certain characteristics like it has to be valid for the state I'm in. If you have to text some number or install some app, don't do it. I had it only find and compile a list of ones that you enter, your name, your email address, only those. And it works. And it compiles the list of all of these contests to go enter, and it categorizes it as daily, weekly, monthly or whatever. One time, just enter and done. And for a while I was entering a bunch of contests, but I never won shit. I just have bad luck winning things. I think I'm a lucky person in general in life. Really, I've been super, super fortunate my entire life. So I'm lucky in that regard. But as far as winning things, I've never won. But what inspired me to do that was, oh God, a long time ago, 15 plus years ago, I worked with this guy. He was smart. He did this at the right time before all this automation stuff that exists. He wrote this sophisticated thing. He had this whole system for entering online contests, but he did this back 15 to 10 years ago, and they call these people sweepers, and this dude, that was his hobby. He spent all his free time with making this crazy system that entered all these contests, and this dude won all sorts of stuff, vacations. He had all this swag. He was just random shit. He's oh, I had beef jerky for the year to eat, and just random stuff. And a few times he won, over the years, he won actual vacations and trips places. I'm wondering if he kept that up. I've always I haven't talked to him in a very long time, but I'm very curious if he kept that going, because this guy actually won shit. But I was but I was like, dude, I hate to, and he's he's a logical guy. He went to school for mathematics. Like, he's super analytical, really, logical thinking guy. And I said, but hey, if you spent that time that you spent on building a business or a side business, or even doing freelance work, wouldn't you have made a lot more money in the long run? He got really mad. Don't tell me that. I don't want to think about it, because I think, let's be honest, unless he won one big jackpot that was like, 100,000+ or like $1 million, unless he won one big one in that course of, let's say he did that for 10 years, that time was better spent building a side business that scales. You can make a lot of money, or even doing freelance and putting that money away to invest. Like, let's be honest. But he's like, but it's my hobby. And I was like, dude, more power to you. If that's your hobby, you just do it because you like it, then sure. No harm, no foul. But I tried that for a while. I think the problem is with all the automation, that the contest thing is kind of over. So I'm like 15 years too late. But I have pretty bad luck. But getting that $75 was cool, because I did not pay for that ticket. Somebody handed that to me. Here you go. Merry Christmas. It's just, hey, free $70. $75 is not a bad deal. But I've never won. My family knows this guy. I've met him before. The dude struggles with like addiction. Let's just put it that way. So he's kind of a low life kind of dude. No offense. He just has drug and alcohol problems. I think if he got clean, I think the guy would be a pretty okay dude. But this guy won. This guy was obsessed with these scratchers, and this guy won like $200,000. $200,000, like a lot of money. And I shit you not, I'm not even fucking kidding. I've met this guy. I could believe it. This guy literally blew all his money on hookers and cocaine. He actually legitimately did that. Went to like casinos and gambled it all away. Pretty wild stuff. Anyways, that's all I got for today. I feel lucky that you're watching this. I swear to God. If you watched it until the end, I feel very lucky and fortunate to have you listening to me. So I'm a lucky guy, even if I don't win lots of money. All right, take care.